All right, so another way to connect your squares is to sew them together using, I believe it's called ladder stitch. So I measure out my yarn. Usually I find that 3 to 4 lengths will get you where you want. After I thread my needle, I like to make a slip stitch, just like we would to start our crochet. Do a lot of stuff with slip stitches. I like to use them to secure pretty much everything. And then just like with the other one, except we're going to start on the wrong side of the yarn. You're going to start the same way through that same through that same chain stitch closest to your double crochet. And you're going to only do 1 loop, so like that. And pull through, and then you're gonna get to where you have your thing. Here's your slip stitch. Tighten it on your needle. All right, so now you can see what I'm working with here. So again, you're gonna go through here. And then I like to go through again, okay? Pull this out. So then I go up to the next stitch. You can see there, that comes through there. And then I'm going to go across and do that again. Now personally, I just do it like that because I find it just gives me that little extra bit of security in my connect, and I don't have to worry so much in my own head about whether something's going to come apart. If you're making something that's not going to be like high traffic or high tension, like you don't really need to secure it this much. But I find, especially for garments, I just want that extra bit of security. So if you're making a sweater or a vest or a bag, you would want that. A blanket, you may not care so much about having that because blanket isn't going to have so much tug and pull on it as, say, the sleeve of a shirt or a tote bag. So we'll do this whole square side here, and it's just, sometimes I will even just do this just in parts of a garment that I think might have more stress than others. Like the seams of a sweater, I would do this, but maybe not so much the panels. So now that I've done that for a while, I'm going to show you just alternately in the same stitch without doing the double up. You can just go, oh, I'm sorry, I'm shaking so much today. Back and forth, right? And like I said, sometimes I do this for a little while, and then when I get to a section where I think there'll be more tension, I go back to the double looping. So like that. You're just picking up that one loop. I'm going to go back. So, I'm just going to turn this to the side. There we go. So the thing about this though is when you are finished, you are going to want to secure your yarn right away. There is no wheel tie off. Aside from tying like a literal knot, which you're welcome to do, but I usually just go right to tucking my ends in. And again, you go right to, on your last square, that one chain closest to your last double crochet. And again, double it. And then, like I said, we will tuck our ends. So the next part of this is, and I'm using a contrasting piece. So you will go through just on this side, pick a couple loops. So for me, this is what I like to do. There. So you can skip to here, or you can go through. So you can skip this loop and come through in here. Or what I like to do is come through this loop here. So I don't pull my square, my corner there so much. And then I just pull through a little bit there. And then I'm done. And I'll just show you, you can't see it on the other side. And there. So when it pulls, you can see your stitches a little bit. So you want to usually match it to your square. So you would use either the mint or the blue if this was your work. You can see. There you go.